Hey guys, we are back with some more Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode, and in this one, we are going to start year number 5, but before we get to that, I have something I want to show you guys, as I was scouting out potential future goaltenders for us, as obviously Schneider is in his older age, 36 years of age. He's not going to be around for too much longer, so we have to look towards the future here a little bit, but I don't think Rodin is going to be part of that, as he's only 60 overall. We're already heading into year number 5 here, and he doesn't really fit our time frame in terms of winning. So I'm not going to be making 80 trades right now, but I do want to show you guys a potential trade that, actually 2 potential trades that I may have scattered out here. So first is from the Arizona Coyotes, Sterling. Dan Sterling, 74 overall, 20 years of age. However, the only problem I have with this trade is that it wouldn't be realistic in that they have the same situation as we do, that Rask is 35 years of age. He's getting into that age now where they need to start looking towards the future as well for their goaltending, and they have Sterling already for that, so why would they want to trade him away for Rodin? You know, so that is a potential trade. If they, for example, let's say trade for another goaltender who's younger, who's already NHL ready, then maybe that's a trade we make. But the other potential trade that I have scouted out here and is more likely to happen would be from Pittsburgh, because the Penguins have Murray, 28 years of age, 89 overall, and they also have this guy, Esa Koistinen, 70 overall, so he's already 10 overall points higher than Rodin is. Now, they don't want to give him up, but they have 3 goaltenders who are 80 overall, and they're all in their mid-20s, so I think they could afford to give up Koistinen for the right package. It's not a trade that I'm going to make now, mainly because we don't know his potential. I have a feeling it's a medium elite just because of his trade value, but I want to be absolutely sure. And until we know for sure what he is, I'm not making a trade for a goaltender at all. Now, we don't need this right away. That's another reason why I'm not making this trade right now, is because we can ride Schneider for a little bit until he starts dropping. So we don't really have too much to worry about at the moment, but it is something to keep in mind. It's something to, you know, remember for in the near future. So just letting you guys know of that. And unless there's something in the draft, like an impressive goaltender, like medium elite, medium franchise even. Unfortunately, again, we haven't gotten too much luck with goaltenders in this universe. So if it comes down to it, then I think Koistinen definitely would be our guy for the future, as he's pretty close to NHL ready. He would probably take a couple more years, but we can find a temporary goaltender to fill in for him before that if, you know, Schneider retires and we have to go one more year with a goaltender from free agency. So with that, all that being done, let's now get to the simulation. Okay, so we are at the end of preseason now. Just decided to skip ahead, just so that we're not wasting time. And what also happened is I edited the AHL lines since we got all of the AHL guys signed who we wanted. And Bach and Williams are on every first line possible. Well, actually, they're on most forward lines possible. On the top line, on every unit, basically. Penalty kill, power play now as well, and then 4-on-4, they're there too. 3-on-3, they're there with Virtanen, and then shootout, Williams is there. Bach should be there as well. These guys haven't really been developing, especially Bach. Bach hasn't really been developing the way I had hoped he would, so we're giving them top line time in every position possible. Dansk and Lindgren are in net. There's no reason why the Bears should be bad this year. They should be very good. And hopefully with Nathan Walker on their side, Bach and Williams should do very well this year. If they don't, we may have to consider trading them, especially Bach again, because he hasn't, I don't think he progressed at all from last year. I think he was a 72 last year as well. Williams was a 70, so he definitely saw some growth, but Bach, this is his make or break year, I think, for the Wolfsburg Wolves, unfortunately. And as for the rest of our team in the NHL, let's check out the stats, see who did what. and then we will get on with the regular season. So Panarin with 8 points, Homer with 7, 6 goals as well. Jones with 7, Point with 6, Shiri, Brassard, Aho with 5, Furland, Pajot with 4, Steen, Radulov, Brodin, Myers, Mayer, Kuleshov all with 3, and then Hamilton, DeHaan, Lucic all with 1, and then Fallon and Brown did not play. So everyone who played got at least a point. And then plus 7 was Brodin, who was number 1 in hits. That would be Radulov. So he's physical, even in the preseason. So that's good to see. Point was good on faceoffs, and no one else. No one else was good on faceoffs. Pajot was a 36%. Unreal. Aho was a 44. Well, Brassard was actually pretty decent, 50%. But still, gotta figure out how to get Aho going on faceoffs. He's a key centerman. And then goaltenders. See how Schneider did? Yeah, he did just fine. I mean, it's preseason. So, now let's get to the regular season. And what we're going to do now, we haven't done one of these in quite a while. We're going to get into a commentary third period with these Wolfsburg Wolves. So we'll go ahead to our first home game against the Colorado Avalanche. That should be an interesting one to commentate. Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and Science Scout. I'll just leave them unautomated for right now. We'll intervene with that roughly halfway through the season just to see where they're at. They probably will need some help. They usually need direction. And there's a shootout win against the Bruins and a shootout win against the Canadiens as well. So, solid start to the season. Not how we would have hoped, having played 8 periods of hockey already over the first 2 games. But let's have a good game here against the Colorado Avalanche. So, sim game. Let's see what happens in the first 2 periods. Presuming it's a close game, I guess we'll go into it. If not, then we'll choose another game to go into. First period. There you go. Goal by Mayer, but goal by Austin Watson and Alex Pietrangelo. Second period. All right, it's a close one. Radulov from Howard, and then Radulov on Howard. Jeez, Radulov from Howard. And then Quinton Byfield on Corey Schneider. So it's a 3-2 game in favor of the Colorado Avalanche, who only have 10 shots on the net. Oof, you don't like to see that. So let's get into it. All right, here we go. Game against the Colorado Avalanche. Scores 3-2, as it was before. And Point wins that faceoff. Kuleshov has it now. Gets it to Homer. Homer, the new first-line addition. Kuleshov receives it from Panarin, his countryman, as Panarin tries to get it on net. And the Wolves, the Wolfsburg Wolves are going to take a penalty here. Panarin going to the box. Looks like it's for tripping. Yeah, that's for tripping, all right. It's the first tripping penalty I've seen a computer take in quite a while. So here we go. Penalty kill time. Homer and Brassard out there to start the kill. Along with, I believe that is Brodin and Jones. Homer gets it back from Jones, and he will clear that 200 feet. Making Colorado go all the way back. Pietrangelo takes it from behind the net, gets it to Barry. Tyson Barry into the zone. Finds Nelson. Nelson with the shot, goes off of Brodin. Brodin tries to center that, and Nelson will take it back. Jost to Landeskog could not hold on to the puck, as Wolfsburg will get it out of the zone, only to center ice. Pietrangelo has it now for Colorado. Into the zone. Finds Landeskog on the point. Pietrangelo down low. Barry. Down low for Jost. Jost looking for space, doesn't find it. Finds Barry instead on the point. Jost around the net. Finds Nelson. Nelson back for Pietrangelo. Over to Landeskog. Landeskog navigating well, finds Barry, and Homer will intercept that pass and send it 200 feet. 1 minute remaining on the Colorado power play. Nelson with the puck in his own zone, takes it into the Wolfsburg zone. Finds a hole to shoot, and that is cleared by Wolfsburg. Barry back for it with 43 seconds remaining on the Colorado power play. I almost say Columbus. Tyson Barry up to Landeskog. Landeskog looking for space, doesn't find it. Barry for Nelson. Back for Landeskog. Landeskog looking to get something going on this power play, as it's been relatively uneventful for Colorado with the exception of 1 shot, I believe. As Pietrangelo gets it back from Nelson, who sends it back to him. Nelson with the shot, and he scores. What a beauty. Beauty goal for Brock Nelson on Corey Schneider, and the Colorado Avalanche Now up by 2. Alright, Shiri, Aho, and Radulov out there. And you know what I noticed on that penalty? It appears that Artemi Panarin is actually our captain, which I should probably fix, as I don't know if he deserves to be captain, man. He disappeared in the playoffs. He disappeared in those playoffs, so I'm not sure I want to give him captaincy, as Schneider makes a glove save on the Colorado Avalanche player. But we should really, we should fix that. As I think we all know who eventually the captaincy is going to belong to. And that man is out on the ice right now, but still, I'm not sure if he's ready just yet. So Spurgeon has that puck for Colorado, and nice save by Corey Schneider. Spurgeon has it again, over to Rantanen. And I'm not sure who that was for Colorado, but he tried backskating into that puck, and it didn't work out for him. That's to be expected. And Aho tries to get that shot on that, or actually, I believe that was Shiri. Excuse me, as number 35 for Colorado, Howard makes that save, and Shiri doing the shimmy there. Shiri, Aho, and Radulov still out there. Howard with 23 saves on the game so far. Hamilton over to Brodin. Radulov down low to Aho. Aho tries to hit the back of the net, hits the post instead. And that was quite the shot, but didn't beat Jimmy Howard, unfortunately. As Shiri, I believe, yep, behind the net, trying to navigate it. And he finds, that was Aho with the shot. And Spurgeon will get it out of zone up to Schwartz. Schwartz looked like he was going for the guy in the middle there, McKinnon, but he found Rantanen instead. And Zadorov with the shot. And Schneider will save that, easy save for him. Panarin Point and Homer out there once again against Lemieux, Compher, and Watson. Compher wins that faceoff, and Jones will take it for Wolfsburg. Panarin, temporary captain Panarin, sends it for Homer. Homer can't control, as Zadorov will pick it up for Colorado and dump in. 2-goal lead, that's a smart play. Watson will get it around the boards for Zadorov. Watson takes it again for Compher. Back to Zadorov. Back over to Compher. Down low for Watson. Watson tries to get it around the boards. Can't get it past Jones, I believe that. No, it was Point. And Schneider will have to cover that one up with Watson standing right on front. Panarin Point and Homer lines still out there against Nelson, Byfield, and York. And that face-off is won there by Byfield, I believe. And Homer on a partial break. Can he get something going here? No, he cannot. He absolutely roofs that one, and it goes probably a complete mile the other way of the net. Missed the net by a mile, in other words. I probably should have said that. That would have been a little bit more simple there. But Kuleshov up to Jones. Steen, the 39-year-old, I believe now at this point. As number 55, I believe that is Byfield for Colorado. Will take it away. Nelson circles around. Tries to shake off Jones, and he does. Byfield. Back to the point for Pietrangelo. Down low for number 30, Brock Nelson. Nelson behind the net. Gets the puck around for Barry. Barry, Colorado dominating right now as Byfield gets that goal. I believe that was 5-hole on Corey Schneider. The alternate captain, number 55, Quinton Byfield, gets the 5th goal for the Colorado Avalanche, and it is not looking good here for your Wolfsburg Wolves in this regular season game. Quinton Byfield with his 3rd goal of the season. He just sneaks that by Corey Schneider. Yeah, that was 5-0. Not a good showing here for your Wolfsburg Wolves. But nonetheless, you know, it's only the 3rd game of the season. Can't take too much out of it. Too seriously, anyway. So Pajot wins that back for Brodin, and Steen, 52 seconds remaining, gets that over for Brodin. Looking for anything is Wolfsburg at this point. Pajot looking for just you know what, good things. Just do the little things right and then carry that over to the next game. That's the purpose of this game at this point. Because we know we're not winning. I mean, 3 goals in 35 seconds. That's basically unheard of. So, you know, just get something going. Maybe get a goal. Pajot with the shot. That's saved by Howard. Mayer. I believe I saw number 70 there. Pajot takes that shot and saved by Howard. So, yeah, just do the good things. Small things, but good things. Just get the puck on net, you know. Win those puck battles. Of whatever puck battles may remain in this game. But still, just carry all that over to the next game. Put it behind you. Don't worry about it. Nice shot by Brodin. And, almost gets in the net. There's a good thing going for you, as, apparently, Jost had that puck. I lost track of the puck there for a second, as Landeskog will take that shot, and I believe that was off the post of Schneider, and that'll be it. Alright, so here we are, back in the menu. Let's continue up until the 1st of November, and then we'll see where we're at from there. So, first loss on the season against the Colorado Avalanche. Unfortunate loss. There's not a whole lot of goaltending there from Corey Schneider, as he allowed 5 goals on, I believe it was 18 shots. So, not too ideal there. 3-2 win, though, against the Anaheim Ducks. So, mostly solid to start out the season. Second in Hornquist for a third, Stevenson, and a fifth. No thanks. Don't need to make a trade like that right now. 3-2 win against Edmonton. So again, it was only Colorado that really gave us any trouble so far. So looking, for the most part, good, besides that loss against the Capitals, and then a loss to follow it up against the Dallas Stars. So all of a sudden, a not so great start to the season. Marginal at best. And Tampa, this could be a huge game here. They're not too good to start the season either. 2-5. This would be a huge win. Brodin, I believe, never got injured, so we'll keep going. And that is, you hate to see it. The third 3-1 loss in a row for your Wolfsburg Wolves on the road as well. So you start out the season pretty well. 2-1 shootout win, then a 3-2 shootout win, then a 5-2 loss against the Avalanche. 3-2 win against the Ducks, 3-2 win against the Oilers, but then it kind of falls apart here. 3-1 loss, 3-1 loss, 3-1 loss. So, a solid start to this season all of a sudden turned a little crooked. And, so Radulov is our leading point scorer with 4. I think I already see the problem. We are not scoring at all. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at the stats here, see what's going on, as Radulov being our leading scorer, not ideal. And Alex Steen on the 4th line. Mayer, where is our first line? Where is our first... Dude, Artemi Panarin, you really don't deserve that captaincy. You know what? I'm gonna change that right now. Panarin, 2 points on the first line. How do you do the point with 2 points? And then where's Homer with 1? Oh my goodness. The first line is nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere. And then Aho only has 1 goal. And I know, obviously, Radulov's up here with 4, but where is... What's his name? Where's Sherry? 1 point. Jeez. So everyone besides Radulov on that top 6, just literally nowhere to be found. So there's the problem right off the bat, basically. Schneider hasn't been doing too well, but I can't really blame him too much because he hasn't been getting any goal support, especially over the last 3 games. So... hold on, actually, let's check our our special teams, because I have a feeling power play is hurting just based off the low scoring that we've had so far. Yeah, 1.75 goals for per game. That is not acceptable at all. Goals against per game, we're actually not terrible. 2.63, it could be better. Power play isn't as bad as I thought it would be. 17.4, so it could be better, it could be worse, for sure. I mean, I literally thought it was going to be in single digits. So we're at least kind of good there. But positive out of this. Penalty kill, 90%. So I don't want to make any trades at the moment just because it's a little too early in the season for that, I feel like. But we also need to get our guys going. So first things first, I'm taking that captaincy off to Artemi Panarin because he didn't do anything in the playoffs last year, and he's not done anything so far this year. So honestly, I don't even think I'm going to give him an A. I really don't. I'm going to give an A to Jones. Well, or Kuleshov. Kuleshov works too. But I'll take the A away from Hamilton. I'll give it to Jones. Needs to switch something up here. Point hasn't been doing anything. I'm going to take the A away from him. And I'll give it to Radulov. Or you know what? We'll season Aho. Because we all know it's going to be him. We all know Aho is going to be the captain at some point. So we may as well season him a little bit here. But still. What to do? What to do? The scoring's been absolutely nowhere. So Panarin, Point, Homer. I can't believe that all these guys. Panarin only has 2 points. Point only has 2 points. Homer only has 1 goal. That's just that's a mess. That is a mess of a first line right now. And then Aho and Shiri only have 1 point as well. Oi. You know, I think I might go back with Furland on that second line because it was working out last year pretty well. So we'll try Shiri with Brassard and Mayer. And then, yeah, I guess it's got to be Furland with Aho, and I got to change something with that top six because it's just, besides Furland, because it's in general not working. So I'm going to get Panarin on the second line with Aho instead of Radulov, and we'll have Radulov with Point and Homer, since Radulov's, you know, been the only one who's gotten somewhat of a bit of offense so far this season. Then Mayer, Brassard, Shiri. I mean, the bottom six has been doing fine. Steen has 4 points. Pajot has 3. Yeah, the fourth line's fine. The third line, we already got Shiri on there, so changes made that way. Defensively, Kuleshov has 3 assists. Jones has 3 points. Hamilton has 3 points. So I can't really complain too much. I mean, they're on pace for a good season. And then goaltenders, I'm not going to bother with that right now. I think Schneider can rebound with the season that he had last year. I got to trust that he can do that as a veteran goaltender. But for the most part, not a good start to the season, especially offensively for your Wolfsburg Wolves. Let's check out the AHL, see what mainly Bach and Williams are doing. So Walker has 5 points. Bach has 5. Williams has 5 as well. So not too bad. Not ideal, but not too bad. Turco has nothing in 9 games. And then, let's see, Virtanen. Ooh, he's a top 6 defenseman. So, one move we could consider is calling up Hannu Virtanen. He's not going to help out offensively. We know that. He's a defensive defenseman. But still, he looks to be ready for the NHL. Yeah, and he already has 5 points down here as well as a defensive defenseman. That's pretty solid. Kondratek, and Kondratek's a minor top 2 as well. So that would not only allow Virtanen to go up to the NHL, but it would allow Kondratek to go onto the top 2. And then Boloraj is still a minor depth, so yeah, he can stay there on the third. How's Dansk doing? He's doing fine. Only 2 wins. Wow. 931 save percentage and only 2 wins. How does that happen? I guess his team is the same as our team, just not scoring for him. Let's see how the AHL's doing, actually. Yeah, only 2, 4, and 3. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so overall, really not a good start for either Wolfsburg or Berlin. But we changed the lines. Let's see what it does. Alright, I mean, most of our scoring issues have come from 5-on-5. So that really has to change itself. I'm only going to go 2 weeks at a time here. Because if the scoring doesn't get going, we might have to seriously consider an early season trade here. Because that for some reason, it's just not going. Holy moly. 4-1 loss against the St. Louis Blues. 3-2 shootout loss against the Philadelphia Flyers. New York Rangers, 4-2 win. Okay, so there's the first good offensive game we've had in over a week. And then Arizona, let's see, they're pretty good. 4-2 win. Okay. Starting to get some respect back slowly for our offense. Okay, 3-0 win. There you go, Schneider. Columbus, they're pretty good as well, but not a great record at the moment, so we can take advantage of that. Boloraj, I don't remember ever taking him out of the lineup, so we'll continue. Columbus, 2-1 win. Okay, so our offense didn't show up, but Corey Schneider did. We'll definitely take that. Last 2 games of the 2 weeks here against LA and Pittsburgh. 4-3 overtime loss against LA. And then against Pittsburgh, we have a 3-2 loss. So, I mean, for the most part, over that stretch from New York to LA, really, our offense showed up. I mean, you can disregard Columbus on that, but we had a good defensive effort that game. So we're 8-6-2. And we didn't get more than 2 goals here for Schneider against this Pittsburgh game. I mean, Pittsburgh is pretty good too. 10-3-3. But it's definitely not a Stanley Cup champion effort, I would say, offensively. Definitely not. Radulov still leads us in points with 10. Then Brassard with 9. Kuleshov with 9. Point with 8. Where is Artemi Panarin? Where is Artemi Panarin? Mayer with 7. Steen, Homer, Jones with 6, Hamilton with 5, Lucic with 5. Where is Panarin? Panarin with 5. -6. Oh my god. Artemi Panarin. How are you doing this right now? Maybe he just doesn't have any chemistry with Homer, or well, he's on the second line right now, so that wouldn't really affect him at the moment. He's with Aho and Furland. But where's Aho? Aho is 3 points. Oh my goodness, what is going on? 2 points for Furland, 3 for Aho, 5 for Panarin. We're 16 games in. It's not like we're, in the first month or so still. We're about a month and a half in, 16 games in. And Aho only has 3 points. Furland only has 2. Panarin only has 5. I mean, Lucic has the same amount of points as Panarin. Huh. And then Homer only has 6. What the heck is going on here in Wolfsburg? Huh. I mean, usually my teams are very good offensively. And at least decent defensively, but man, for whatever reason, this team is just nowhere to be found offensively. Nowhere. The stars especially. Panarin, Aho, Homer. Where are you guys? Holy moly. Point, too. He only has 8 points. I expect him to have like 14 or 15 at this point in the season. Goaltenders, I mean, Schneider's done fantastic. He went from a 905 to a 916, meaning he's playing a lot better than a 916 as of recent. So he's been giving us a chance to win almost every single game. And we can't score. I mean, we have a 500 record right now. We're 8-6-2, so we're not in a terrible spot. And I believe we're still in a playoff spot as well, but this can't continue throughout the whole season. There's no way we're getting by this season with Artemi Panarin scoring at a 0.3 points per game ratio. There's no way. There's no way we're making the playoffs with that happening all season. I mean, what we're seeing right now is literally shades of Jacob Vrana from San Jose. Except instead of Vrana, it's Panarin. Artemi Panarin has 5 points in 16 games. Oh my. That's honestly beyond the point of unfortunate. But there's a problem there. There's a huge problem there. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a huge problem. We're going to try to figure that out now. Power play, I mean, it hasn't been impressive. But it honestly could be worse with how bad our scoring has been dried up recently. Well, I mean, we had pretty solid games, but a lot of that was due to the play of Corey Schneider. And let's see, face-offs. Point has a 53.4, Aho 50%. So Aho has done better on faceoffs recently. But Pajot and Brassard, not so much. 48.9, 48.2. Hits. 30 for Furland, 29 for Homer, 28 for Jones and Brassard, 23 for Radulov, Aho, and Kuleshov. Brodin has 21, Lucic has 20. Myers with 17, DeHaan with 10, Point with 9, Steen with 8, Shear with 6, Panarin with 6, Pajot with 5, Mayer with 5, Hamilton with 2. I think I see part of the problem. We're not being physical enough. We're just not. I mean, you have guys obviously like Lucic, who are doing fine, 20 hits, 21 for Brodin, 23 for Kuleshov even. As an offensive defenseman, he's got more hits than he has games played, so that's fine by me. Then Aho, 23 hits. He's always going to be physical. Radulov's proven to be physical in the simulation. And then Furland, obviously, as well. And Homer and Jones, all the guys you expect to be physical. But the amount of guys who are still in the single digits for hits is a little concerning. Steen, I mean, you don't expect him to be physical too much, but he does have a history of being able to hit in the simulation. I believe he had, 3 straight years of 100+ hits. And now for us, he had 42 last year, 8 this year so far. And then Shear was 6, Panarin was 6. I don't know how to explain it, but this team needs... There's something gone wrong here. beginning part of the season. And it's not just, you know, for 1 or 2 games. This has been for a month and a half now that we've had the issue of not being able to score. And then Radulov, turnovers, he's fine. Aho is good. Brassard is good. Point is good. Brodin, good for defenseman. Panarin, not good. Furlan, good. Homer, good. Myers, good. Shiri could be doing better. Jones, not ideal. Lucic could be doing a lot better. Steen could be doing a lot better. Kuleshov, good. Hamilton could be doing better. Mayer is good. Dahan is good for a defenseman. Pajot could be doing better. Fights, anyone stepping up? Aho with 1 fight. That's it. With the amount of scoring struggles we've had this year so far. Yeah, I don't know. This team, usually, again, we have teams that are high scoring offense and at the very least solid defensively, but we can't get it going for some reason offensively this year. I mean, you literally have guys like Brassard and Mayer, who's a rookie, by the way, and Steen on the 4th line with more points than Artemi Panarin. That's quite the predicament. And I'm not sure what to do about it, except that we might need to make a trade. We very well might have to make a trade here. Goals for per game. Let's see. Yeah, we're still at 2.13. That's not good. That's not good enough. I mean, it's better than last time, obviously. We were at a 1.75 last we checked, but still, you gotta be up there at least at 2.5 to even be considered a contender, in my opinion. And then goals against per game. I mean, we've been solid there, mostly because of the efforts of Corey Schneider. Schneider has been absolutely been one of the only reasons we've been winning games. There's no question. Power play down to 15%. The offense is just completely not there at all. For whatever reason. Penalty kill is actually doing all right. 2.1. So we're decent defensively, if only for Corey Schneider. But offensively, just nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I can't explain it. We might have to make a trade. I know I've said that already, but it's becoming clear that the more we've simulated this season, that we're just going to keep having these struggles offensively. So let's actually check the prospect pool, see if there's a top goaltender. So you have Urquhart and Solovyov, but they're both in the top 5, and neither of them are goaltenders. So you have Gustafsson here from Sweden. You have Mäkinen, but again, we don't know too much about these guys just yet, so we can't really worry about that too much yet. But one thing I actually will check on is that Pittsburgh prospect goaltender. So, I mean, Pittsburgh, it makes sense why they would want to give him up, right? We'll see what he's at. I'm fairly certain at this point that he's a medium elite. We have him close to all scouted, but not exact. So I want to make sure that it's an exact medium elite before we even think about trading for Koistinen. I almost said Koskinen. Jeez, Peter Chiarelli. Anyway, I think that'll be it for this one, because I'm not going any further with the way the scoring is right now. And actually, I'll go back in the trade block here, and we'll just go through the teams that are willing to give away some scoring, because we desperately need some scoring help right now. And I think a trade might be necessary at this point, because we've seen that this team, for whatever reason, I thought it was a good offensive team, but apparently not. It's just not getting it done. So, no, we need someone in the, I would say, mid-80s at least, to help us get out of this hole, because we are just not scoring at all. Chicago, nope. So, Barrie, Landeskog, Spurgeon. Colorado might be an interesting one, especially for Landeskog. What's Landy done so far this year? Oh, well, he struggled too. Well, it makes sense why he's on the trade block. Barrie, I mean, Barrie could help offensively. What's he doing? Oh, yeah, Barrie could help offensively. He's 31, 2 years left on his deal. That's a good contract for him, honestly, as well. So, if it comes down to it, scoring defenseman, I wouldn't mind getting Barry. Although we already have guys like Kuleshov, Hamilton. So we already have offensive defensemen. And Jones is perfectly capable of getting points as well. So I don't think it's coming from the back end. I think it's specifically from our forwards here is the issue. And then Skaters matching block. Let's just keep going here. Demers for leak. No, I'm looking for, again, at least Landeskog type overall. Nope. Nothing here. And then Josi. Roman Josi for the next 4 years. I'm not interested, I don't think, in acquiring a defenseman who's that old at this point. It's only year number 5. At this point, I want to have our core together for the majority, if not all, of the GM mode. And I don't think Josi would fit into that. Now, Pouliot, I mean, I know he's an offensive defenseman, but he doesn't appear to be simulating too well, at least not in this universe. He's done well for us in the past, in past GM modes, but in this game, I don't think he simulates as well as he did in NHL 18 and 17. So Backstrom, Nicholas Backstrom, is on the block. 34 years of age, so he would definitely be more of a rental player, but he is there. But, oof, never mind, actually, yeah, never mind. That 4 years left on the contract, not gonna work for me. So, never mind about that. Berchi, Johansson, nope. Nope. New Jersey, nope. 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 Pittsburgh, nope. 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 Toronto, nope. Vancouver, nope. Vegas, nope. And Washington, nope. Winnipeg, no. Okay, so basically the only good forward I found on the trading block here is Landeskog, and he's struggling offensively too. So I don't know if he just needs a change of scenery or what. Well, here's the thing about Landeskog though, is that he does hit. He does hit. We've been lacking physicality. And he has a very good ratio in the simulation. So he might not be a bad one to go after. Even if it means he just needs a change of scenery. But he is making quite a bit of money. So we would have to make sure that he's worth that money if we're getting him, you know. But other than that, really not a whole lot. You guys got to let me know. Because I'm not continuing the simulation while scoring is like this. It's ridiculous. So, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.